If a baby is lactose and tall of rent, how it drink tidy milk? Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons and this is Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm going to do one more episode of Looking for Children. I've already done that level, that explains a lot, that saves me some time. Did I mention that in the last episode? Probably not, because I'd forgotten then. Sources cited, I did it just a minute ago. So let's head back to Yarktopus Docks for the first time in a blenchery. It's like a century, but there's a different amount of time in it. I am once again dressed as a lime-coloured mound, for no reason other than last time we revisited Go-Go Yoshi and I was once again terrible at it. And to this day, I don't know why. Anyway, oh yes, we have Bouncy's, an overwhelming shade of purple. Could you stop? And I'm showing off the hill costume that purports to be a mountain. I have doubts in this statement. Children. Where they at? I feel like I should have found one by now. I'm instantly beginning to have concerns. Oh, you're just sort of there. I'm guessing these early missions won't be too difficult, because the idea is you're supposed to get to Poochy's tape trail, and then be like, oh, these missions exist, and then come back and, like, find the... There is a room in there! I had an oolong tea, and by that I mean feeling. Haha. Come here, child. I thought that was a room! You can't lie to me forever, game! Back at it again with the redonk voices. But yeah, I think what they had in mind when designing this game was for players who are of a particularly young age, perhaps, would, like, sort of breeze through the first couple of levels, not really caring about Smiley Flowers, and then by the time they reach Poochy's tape trail, they might be thinking, oh, hang on, I need more Smiley Flowers than I've actually been getting so far. And coincidentally, just at that point in time, the game is like, here is an entirely other way of getting Smiley Flowers that doesn't involve, like, beat for beat replaying the level as you know it. And kids are like, oh, hey, I'll go back to do the levels I've already done. And that'll... Well, How make? Haum? What just happened? If that causes me to miss the time bonus thing, I will be at least a little bit unhappy. So was the... Okay, well, we made it in time. I don't know what the time limit was, but we did it. That was easy and quick and easy and quick. I probably could have done that in the last episode. But yeah, I feel like the game expects you to do this before even doing, like, the first boss. But screw you, expectations. I'm doing this in the order my audience dictated to me. Yeah. Now, time for a new costume and a previous level. Remember how in the last episode, I could see Buffalo? Well, now I'm making good on that promise, and I am the sea buffalo, because I'm just in the buffalo costume and I've gone underwater in the sea where it's fish. My timing was all flavors of wonky with these jumps, but I made it anyway, for some reason. Okay, I get this a lot, but where are you going? Where have you gone? You were just here. Child? Are you going to come back? What? But there was a child and it went. What is it? What? Was I supposed to throw so soon? I shall restart then. Don't you go running away this time, you disobedient pup. But yes, as I was previously stating, sometimes, and first of all, I don't know, is it worth me going this way, or should I go around and jump off the shortcut to the left? There's a crab over there sometimes, and we do need to collect those, but that's not the focus yet. But, yeah, sometimes when I put on a voice, it makes my tears. That was a sentence. Like, sometimes I tear up from doing stupid voices, and I don't know why. I think maybe it's something to do with how, like, I don't know. Like, one thing that I really hate in music is stupid voices. And maybe that's dungle critique of me to call them stupid voices. Silly voices, then. Vocal distortions. One of my pettest peeves.
Need a Cooper? Would you mind respawning?
fine, I'll just throw things. Like, for some reason, the Uncle Rupee / Meanie Foony voice doesn't do that, but sometimes if I put on a particularly silly voice or strain it for too long at once, I start to tear up. And I think maybe, like, I don't know, because I'm not the tearful sort a lot of the time. You know, sometimes I dream about crying because it just doesn't happen in real life. Do I want to cry in real life? I mean, I don't want to have a reason to, so I'm not sure what the main takeaway of this train of thought is, but sometimes I put on voices and I cry. Well, I don't cry, I just tear up, and I'm not sure whence. Anyway, we have about 40 seconds to find the remaining Poochy Pup. The Poochy Pup. Don't mind me, I'm gonna climb up beside you. Are you here? Am I blind? Am I a window? Am I a curtain? Am I the Great Wall of China? Is there a poochable pup nearby? Thought maybe that was it in the foreground. It was. You're in the back house? Get somewhere where I can see you. You appear to have vanished again. Why do the puppies keep doing this? Going to places where I can see them and then they vanish. I have sad. Once again. Am I about to run out of time? No? Well, what was the time limit? Have you run around to... Oh. Was that gonna happen with the blue one if I had a little patience? Honestly, this is... If this is what surviving children is actually like, then sign me the fuck out. I do not... I would be a terrible parent. I'm already well aware of this. For some reason, I thought time limit was 2.5. Maybe it's 3.5. I don't remember. The point is, I don't get along well with children. You would have thought I would. Perhaps I entertain them well, but personally, I struggle. I would be a terrible father, and an even worse mother, bearing in mind I don't have the equipment to give birth. This took a turn. See you in the next level. And by next level, I of course mean previous level. Yes, I forgot to get changed. What are you going to do about it? What's wrong with being a buffalo for a while longer? Indeed, a boofaloo willied wang for those in the know. So... my eyes are open, I see a Poochy Pup there, and that's the black one, so that should be the second one, so we should find one, no more and no fewer, in this town area. Sure enough, you're right there. Right there, right then. You're running away from me, where's the way off the train? There we go. I will chase you, and you will be chose. You will come with me, that was easier than I thought it would be, but yes, I saw a friend in the background over to this way, and you shan't escape me. We should bring back shall and shall not, because in yonder tradition, it was, you say will for something that is going to happen for the second and third persons, and possibly the first person plural, and you'd say, like, for instance, he will has the same level of gravity as I shall, and if you swap them over, if you say, like, he shall or I will, then it becomes a bit more, like, wantative. Like, it's a you want it to happen rather than, you know, it's like the old sense of I will. Like how in German, ich will means I want rather than I shall. But then, like, Norwegian, they have, like, jeg skal or shall or however the hell they pronounce it. I don't know. They don't like the letter K in Scandinavian because they pronounce it oddly. This was a weird ramble. But you shall stick with me because the buffalo horns look like a misplaced moustache on Tangerine Yoshi's nose there. And hey, we found every lost child apart from the Go-Go Yoshi ones, and the only reason why we couldn't find them is because we saw them and then they ran away, and I am displeased. I am judgment abound. No, shut up, Tess. Anyway, let's finally move on to a whole new world. I just wanted to hold on the word whole for a second there. And I'm assuming there's not Poochy Pups here, because that wouldn't make much sense. So finally, let's advance to Bim Bam Boom Spring Sprung Trail. Hasse Anderson. I'm going to change costume first, otherwise I will forget, and it will be too late for me to remember. Let's find a house for once. Okay. Finally, Origami Gardens after all of this delayment. It looks lovely. Now, I don't think I've told this story publicly yet, but, the other day, well actually, by the time this video goes up, long before the other day, I was rooting around on my computer, and I'm still, like, mentally conditioned to look for pups. Like, there won't be any Tess. This is the front side of this level. You stop. Monty Mole, you're not real. Ah. Yes, I was digging around my computer, and I happened to come across, like, a cache that, unfortunately, C-A-C-H-E, as opposed to a C-A-S-H. It'd be nice if I just found money on my computer, but no. A cache of, like, old temp files that, like, yes, I looked into it, I can indeed get rid of them, and so I did. Weighing in at a whopping 92.6 gigabytes. That's a lot for those who aren't aware of computers. I was mind gaffled. Like, sometimes I worry about how much space I have on my computer, and that has been slightly abated, but at the same time, it's sort of... Can I aim? Can I please aim? Yoshi, please. Yoshi, please. Thank you. This is what threw me earlier on when I was trying to... Oh, they were in love, but I can't pass the, bottle? Haha! I can't pass the checkpoint without activating it. Therefore, you get turned into hearts and die, and the bottle caps as... Oh, when I walked there and the flowers happened, it rumbled on my Joy-Con, which I promise is not a euphemism. Now, is this like Kirby where I get some sort of bonus for spinning these wheels enough? I see you back there. I see you here. Intensive care indeed. Ah, it rained. And that's the end of that thought. I've forgotten what I was saying. I found more gigabytes is essentially the gist here. Because as it is, like, my computer only has about 100 gigabytes free at any given time. So it's good that I was able to find these extra 90, so I've effectively doubled my storage capacity, and my storage capacity is still woefully not as much as it should be, but I'm not sure what else I can delete. Bearing in mind, I need a lot of storage space for recording footage and such like, so that's why I think about these things, and also because gigabytes is abbreviated to GB, and I live in Britain. Because, okay, this effect here, when I splolt over the flowers and they bloom, that rumbles on the Joy-Con. Now, first of all, is there anything sus-aff down here? Because I know this is timed. Oh, it's back in the ground. And you as well. Haha, we did it. Okay, we've not missed anything yet. I'm trying to be a bit more aware of my surroundings this time. Are there secrets down here? Well, the camera's not moving, so our sources say no. And also, I've forgotten what I was just talking about. And there's a mouse back there that looks like it could be an Animal Crossing villager, except it's a butterfly, not a mouse. So there goes that train of thought. Oh, the cupcake case is looking all flowery. I love how creative this game is. And at some point, I'm sure I will end up having a complete thought eventually, but this may not be that moment. I see you back there, guys who are shy. That's so satisfying. Smiley flowers, slightly concerning, and also these hollow petals make me feel like I should be, like, thrusting, an egg at them, because then that will fill them in with wool, except this isn't Woolly World, this is Crafted World, the exactly other. Oh, we need to kill them all. Can I murder you, please? Please appear so I can murder you. Please appear so I can murder you. Oh, but the time! Thank you. You see, time, it stresses me. You know, time may be a tool. I missed one again! It may be a tool you can put on the wall or wear on your wrist, but can I hit? I did wonder. Well, for once, I'm going to be a bit more fastidious. What have I missled? Is it here? Bear with. Oh! It's a game mechanic! You can pound the flowers to make them descend! I probably should have known this sooner, so I'm probably not going to get all the red coins because the game expects me to figure that out sooner. I don't know. It's one of those things where it seems really obvious, especially if you already know it can be done. It goes both ways, brackets teehee. Look at these bouncy friends. They remind me of the the lumberjack wolf cats from Rhythm Paradise Mega Mix, which slight beef with that minigame, by the way. So it's called Lumberjack because supposedly the lumberjack in question is a bear. He's a wolf. He looks like a wolf. He's a woof. He's a woof. Boink, boink, boink. Sponge Boink SquarePants. Inside your own house. It's more likely than you think. Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. Have I mentioned recently I saw a post on Tumblr? It pleased me rather so. This sounds like it's some sort of poem. That's not where I'm taking this. That was about corporate slogans in the past tense. You know, because you were worth it. I was loving it. Denoned. I'm guessing that the remaining red coins were probably earlier in the level, but just inaccessible. Or they could be right here. This went well. Spring has indeed sprung. Although, that said, I'm not a big fan of the phrase, spring has sprung, because, like, that's two different like, spring and spring aren't the same word. Now, there's an episode title ramble, if ever I've heard one. But yeah, I feel like maybe it's something I've ruined for myself, because, you know, the, feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time. I ruined that song for myself with one of my stupid thoughts, so maybe I'm in no position to criticize. But on the plus side, for the first time in a hot minute, we've completely cleared a level first try. You see? I'm not a total failure, I swear. And looking at how much episode we have left, I'm bitterly tempted to, give the Poochy Pup mission a go as well, since we're here. Because it's only a matter of time before the road starts splitting and we can choose where to go on our journey of overtime and space. I'm gonna be a sheep. So let's head back and look for some children. That way we won't have to come back later. Then again, having said my piece about spring not having sprung, one day they will put a Poochy Pup back to the left. Back indeed to the pipe. And what bothers me more is America and them calling autumn fall because leaf fall down. And that's not even, like, I'm not even gonna have that conversation. I just think it's stupid. Please don't force it upon the rest of the English-speaking world. You know, humanity should hell, and America should maybe shut up a little. Fairly sure, by the way, if for whatever reason you're playing along with me, which you could be legally allowed to do, is that Poochy Pup just permanently gone now, just because I threw an egg at it, these Monty Moles got in the way, and it wouldn't let me take? That feels like bullshit? That feels like bullshit. It feels like bullshit. If you're not up ahead, I'm gonna restart. I am Peevelet. Peevelet Haddock. Peeve on toast. Okay, I am peeved. Bullshit level design. Turns out if you just keep chasing the Poo-Poo Pup, he comes up here, and you could probably hit him before he gets to his final destination, but he jumps through that hoop there and ends up here, and then stops. I thought it was too bullshit to make that one permanently missable, but okay, we've got it now. That's that problem abated. I've forgotten what I was previously saying because level design, but yeah, alright, yeah. So, the question mark clouds. To my knowledge, I may be proven wrong, but to my knowledge, Poochy Pups will never hide inside them, so you don't have to worry about hitting them with anything. Well, you do have to worry about hitting them from the background. Like, sometimes they'll hide in the background or the foreground, and you will have to hit them with eggs to collect them then. But I mean, you don't have to worry about the question mark clouds, you can just blitz right past them. But, yeah, that first Poochy Pup was kind of, like, a little bit bullshit, sort of. Or is it just me feeling that way? It might just be me being a salty floof, that's also a possibility. Oh, there's a flutter back there, which is what a wiggler grows up into. Like, it's relatively, comparatively remote Mario lore. Wigglers turn into flutters. They're not just wigglers with wings. I felt something on my... I keep wanting to call them Wii remotes, but they're Joy-Cons. And I think it may have been the Monty Moles popping out of the ground, but then... Puppy? You were in the floor. Why were you in the floor? I swear to God, if you doing that costs me the time limit, I will spank your parent. Your single parent. Is Poochy a single parent? Tonight on Game Theory, we take Poochy to Jeremy Kyle. Is it Jeremy Kyle? Am I thinking of Jeremy Kyle? Ricky Lake, Ellen DeGeneres, Maori? Just degenerates into making noises now. Just I don't know, one of those daytime shows where they do paternity tests. But why don't the mamas ever have to do paternity tests? That's a stupid question. So, in the next episode, Monty Molbigon. Now, judging by the red stripe, I'm feeling like that might signify that it's some sort of gimmick level. Maybe? I can have a look at the window preview. It looks like it might be. So there's that to look forward to. And we'll also buy some costumes and head at least one of multiple ways. See you next time for Progress!